Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron. It is the instant match reaction. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Everton have survived. I'm not quite sure how. I'm not quite sure how we've managed to be in a position where it was in our hands, given how much has gone wrong this season on and off the pitch, but it was in our hands and all we needed to do today was to win, and we've done that, and we have guaranteed our survival in the Premier League next year. It's a really weird feeling that I've got at the moment. I'm obviously incredibly relieved and incredibly, you know, happy that Everton will be a Premier League team next season, and we discussed that, last week, the absolute repercussions of what could be if we are to be relegated, not only in the near future in terms of playing in the Championship, but also how that could affect the football club for years and years to come, given it's no guarantee that Everton would come straight back up. And I suppose I'd always discussed the possibility of going down, and I'd always spoken about, how I'm prepared for it, and I'm sort of acceptant of if we are to go down, then it's what the people in charge of this football club deserve because of how badly they've ran this football club for the last however many years. But it's one thing with 4 or 5 weeks to go of a season saying, we're going down, and I'm certain of it now, and I don't think there's a way back. Knowing deep down in the back of your head that you've still got 5-6 games to pick up, a few points, and you may still manage to do that. It's another thing sitting there at half time with 45 minutes of your season to go and being in the relegation zone. Everton were in the relegation zone at half time today. With 45 minutes to go, Everton would have been playing Championship football. And not only that, as I said, the repercussions of what that would mean for the future of this football club, being relegated. I just can't sit here with the same excitement, with the same enjoyment, with the same sort of energy as I did last season. I am broken. I am absolutely broken to my core. Everything is aching. I feel like I've just done 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua with both hands tied behind my back. I am absolutely burned to the ground, and I cannot express to you how happy I am that this season has come to an end. It's sheer relief, and it's sheer sort of, I suppose, thankfulness, if that's even a word. Graciousness, gratefulness. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I'm incredibly grateful and incredibly relieved that Everton will be playing Premier League football next season. I'm incredibly grateful for Abdoulaye Doucouré for what he has described as the most important goal of his life, and for me, a goal that will be remembered for forever and ever and ever. Abdoulaye Doucouré is a player that deserves his plaudits, and we sat here last week when he was given his contract extension, and we spoke about the dangers of giving a player who's on so much money a contract extension without actually knowing what league we're going to be playing in. Well, Abdoulaye Doucouré has just made sure of what league we're playing in. He's also just made sure that he deserves that contract extension, and he did deserve the contract extension anyway because he's been absolutely phenomenal since Sean Dyche has come into the football club. Let's not forget, this is a player who was completely frozen out by Frank Lampard, has stayed at the football club, worked hard, didn't moan, didn't, kick up a fuss, didn't do anything like that publicly, got his head down, worked hard, worked his way back in the team, earned his contract extension. And for anybody sat there, when it was announced last week saying, I'm not too sure whether he deserves that, well, he does deserve it based upon that goal today. I'm thankful for James Garner for his performance today. Absolutely impeccable. Absolutely impeccable. That kid's never played right back before in his life, and he's just put in a better right back performance than, some I've seen from actual right backs at Goodison over the years. We were all worried going into this one. No Seamus Coleman, no Nathan Patterson. Who's going to play at right back? Who's going to be able to step in and do the job? We know Mason Holgate's a liability. We know, we haven't got many other options. James Garner's just stepped in there and been absolutely fucking phenomenal all afternoon. Fucking phenomenal. I'm grateful for Dwight McNeil at left back, our player of the season. Stepped up when it mattered, not just today, but also throughout the last 3 months. Has been unbelievable. Left back today, again, not his natural position. Brilliant. Yerry Mina, you know, Yerry Mina's gone out there, you know, put on Instagram yesterday that this was going to be his last game for Everton. We all thought as much, given his contract situation, and he's just gone out there and put in the best performance he's put in an Everton shirt in his entire career. Absolutely outstanding. You know, I'm grateful for Jordan Pickford for his penalty save against Leicester. I'm grateful for moments in the season, but I cannot sit here with the same happiness and excitement and burst of energy as I did last season, because I'm absolutely drained of it. I am drained of it. My body is in bits. I burst into tears 3 times during that game. 3 times. At half-time, because I thought this is it. When Takore scored, and about 5 minutes to go, when I think James Garner made the tackle, and it just set me off. We have gotten very lucky today. Not because we didn't deserve to win, because we did. We were much the better team. We were all over Bournemouth. You know, we had chances. Garner Gay was unfortunate with his shot. It's a good save. Obviously, we had a couple of other chances as well. Not necessarily because of this performance, because we deserve to beat Bournemouth. Bournemouth were terrible today. Bournemouth were absolutely terrible, and they've been terrible for weeks. And there was this false thing about Bournemouth being an unbelievable football team. They're not. They'll be very lucky to survive next season. They had a good bit of momentum in the middle of the season, a good run, and that's kept them up. And fair play to them, and fair play to the manager. But if he survives the entirety of next season, I'll be shocked. I'll be honest. We're lucky because, you know, as I said, at half time we were down. And as you know, as much as we were working hard and we were battling and players were giving everything, it wasn't like we had 6, 7, 8 big opportunities and it was just a matter of when we scored. It was almost like who's going to stand up and be the hero. And it was Abdoulaye Doucouré, and it's been Abdoulaye Doucouré before, and Abdoulaye Doucouré deserves, never mind a new contract, he deserves a fucking statue outside the stadium, Abdoulaye Doucouré. I love that fella. I really do, but the biggest thing I take from today, and it's not even to be negative, I'm not particularly bothered whether I come across as negative on videos or whether I come across as positive. All as I'm bothered about is I come across as real. And last season when we beat Palace, I sat here and I was emotional and I give everyone a 10 and I was buzzing and this, that and the other, and that was real in that moment. This year, I'm sorry, but that's just not how I'm feeling. I'm very relieved and I understand that, you know, let's just move on now. We've survived. Just be happy that we've survived. I get all of that. But I just can't help but constantly think of the position that we were in this season and the people that have put us in that position. This is it now. We have to make sure, we should make sure or we might make sure. We have to make sure that we are never in this position ever fucking again. Ever again. We sat here last season and we spoke about how close it was. And all through the summer we spoke about how close it was and how we very nearly went. None of us thought it could get worse than last season, and it has done. Last season, with a game and a half to go, we were down. This season, with 45 minutes to go, we were down. If nothing changes next season, we will not be lucky. We will not be as lucky as we've been. There needs to be resignations ASAP. Bill Kenwright, your time is done. This isn't your football club. This was not your moment. Your time is done. Denise Barrett-Baxendale, your time is done. Absolutely done. Graham Sharp, he can go as well. I don't give a fuck. And Farhad Moshiri, the biggest thing you could do for Evertonians, the biggest show of support you could make to Evertonians is by handing those resignations to those people tomorrow morning and saying, do you know what? That was far too close for comfort and you're the people that are putting us in this position. See you later. Because, if those changes aren't made and it's swept under the rug once again like it was last season, we will not be as lucky next season. We won't be. And that's why I didn't run on the pitch. And listen, if you ran on the pitch, look, I did it last season. Do I agree with it? No. Do I think it was the right time to? No. Do I think we should be celebrating, again, what has been a truly treacherous season and a season full of absolutely horrific decisions and moments by the people in charge of the football club? Absolutely not. But I can't tell somebody how to celebrate or how to be excited or whatever, because I done it last season, and some people would say I was a hypocrite. Well, I'm not going to do that. But I didn't run on the pitch today because today was it's a moment to celebrate. It's a moment to celebrate the players that worked hard and battled to get through it. Now, yes, they've put us in this position themselves as well, with poor performances and a lack of effort at times and a lack of fight and etc, etc. But what we saw today was a team that is in dire need of investment. Every one of those players worked their bollocks off today. Bollocks off. However, we still just about got through the skin of our teeth. So we can celebrate the players. As I said before, Decore, I love the fella. James Garner, unbelievable. McNeil, unbelievable. Yerry Mina, James Tarkowski, Connor Cody, Idris Garner guy, fantastic. Even Onana battled, worked hard. Unbelievable. We can celebrate the manager. He's made some bad decisions. Sean Dyche, he's made some questionable decisions in his time at the football club. He's had moments where his stubbornness has ultimately bitten him in the arse and has gotten him to a point where a lot of fans, including myself, are questioning his ability to actually remain in this job. But credit where credit's due. Not only did he get the points he needed to keep Everton in the Premier League, not only did he come in and do the job that he was asked to do, which seemed an impossible feat at one time, but he's also ultimately noticed and understood when he's made mistakes. And that is the biggest compliment I can give to Sean Dyche. Not necessarily he's kept us up, not necessarily he's won today or he's won against Brighton or he's picked up enough points to keep us in the Premier League. It's that when he got things wrong, he realised. Now, some decisions he took longer to realise than others, like Michael Keane playing and not Yerry Mina, but he still realised, and he made those right changes and he made those right decisions, and he got what he was rewarded for that. He was absolutely rewarded for that. So yes, he does deserve to stay in his job, and of course he will stay in his job, and that's rightly so. That's absolutely rightly so, because he's done pretty much, as I said, an impossible task. It's all well and good compared him to Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard is a woeful football manager, an absolutely woeful football manager. And Frank stayed up last season in much easier conditions than what Sean Dyche has stayed up this season. Firstly, Frank Lampard had Richarlison, who was a goal-scorer match winner. Secondly, he had a fan base that were much more sort of emotionally invested, I feel, than they were this season. Now, don't get me wrong, we were all emotionally invested, and Goodison was fucking bouncing today. Goodison was booming, and it was brilliant. That was Goodison at its very, 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 very best. Very best. However, I think it's fair to say that we were all a lot more sort of, we were more frustrated and angry this time round than we were last season, because it's the second time it's happened on the bounce and nothing changed last summer when it needed to. So Sean Dyche deserves an incredible amount of credit for the job that he's done. The players deserve the credit for going out today and battling and working hard and fighting for it. The fans deserve credit. Fucking hell. That was Goodison at its very, 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 very best. That moments in that game. Moments. And I'm not even thinking about Decore's goal and the celebration that followed, because again, it was unbelievable. The limbs were amazing. As I said, I burst into tears, my body's aching and bruised. I was kissing people behind me left, right and centre. Unbelievable. But you expect that. You expect when you go 1-0 up in a big game for the to be mass celebration. There was a moment today that really stuck out with me and will stick out with me through the rest of my life. And I read a tweet, and in fact, I'm going to read this tweet out because I think it's really, really relevant to what I'm about to say. I seen a tweet before the game, and it was from a journalist that his name escapes me. I'll just Just let me get it up. It was from Paul Brown, and he said, to match-going fans of all clubs in trouble today, those bits in the game when you face a setback, that's when your players need you most. That's when you can show your value as a supporter. When your team is tested and your nerves kick in, don't just stay with them, get louder. And I read that and I retweeted it and I thought, no, do you know what? That's absolutely spot on. And listen, we have been guilty as Evertonians in the past of when moments haven't gone for us, or, you know, we've conceded a goal, or the player's given a ball away, or whatever. You know, we've maybe got on the back a little bit, or we've maybe quietened down, or whatever. There was a moment today where it was 0-0. You know, we were the better team. We were pushing. We, you know, promising, but we weren't really creating much. We weren't really having many opportunities. And Leicester went 1-0 up. And the insanity of the away ends, weirdly, for some reason, and they are a strange bunch, those Bournemouth fans, aren't they? All 15 of them. The insanity of the away end started singing 1-0 to the Leicester City, or something along those lines, and then it was followed by "You're going down." And it was evident that everybody at Goodison Park knew at that point that Leicester were winning, and Everton were then in a position to be relegated, and the players would have known that as well. And in that moment, the whole of Goodison Park just turned, got up, and started singing, screaming, shouting, getting behind those players. That's the moment that stood out to me today. When we could have sat in our seats and gone, oh my God, this is happening. We're going down. And the players would have read that body language and would have felt that energy and gone, shit, this is happening. When that could have happened, we didn't. We picked ourselves up and we went, not asked about Leicester, we're winning this game. And we drove forward as a fan base. The noise was immaculate. And the players rewarded that. So that should be celebrated as well. Matt Hatter James has donated £5. Thank you very much. He says, I'm so proud of our Blues, but it doesn't change the fact that we shouldn't be in this position in the first place. Absolutely. That should be celebrated. And listen, every single one of you today, every single one of you deserves to sit down, have a lovely evening with your friends, your family, your partner, whoever it may be, get a takeaway, open a few beers, relax. I won't be celebrating today. I won't be going down the boozer, screaming, shouting, celebrating. Oh my God, look at how big Everton are. Look at how amazing Everton are. What I'll be doing is going home to my girlfriend, my little boy, sitting down, maybe having a can of beer or a bottle of beer, watching the telly and just thinking, thank fuck for that. Thank fuck for that. Because it was this close. It was really, really, really this close. Really this close. And as I've just said, we simply cannot forgive those people now. We can't. Those people in charge of this football club, the owner included, the chairman, the CEO, and anybody else that hangs on, those people have put us in this position. They've put us in this position, and they should never be forgiven for that. They put us here last year, and they got away with it then, and it was swept under the carpet, and it was, you know, it was sort of, we looked at it as if to say, well, that won't happen again. This time around, we can't afford that to happen. We need resignations, and obviously there's a lot of talk of a takeover at the moment, and that obviously will if that happens, then resignations will come with that, or certainly, you know, sackings will come with that, changes will come with that. But even if it doesn't happen, and you know, it might do, of course it might do, but even if it doesn't happen, we need changes at this football club immediately. And you know, when I'll go out and I'll have a bevy and I'll be made up and I'll be bouncing and I'll be singing Spirit of the Blues and I'll be like that in the boozer, yeah. Do you know when I'll be like that? When Bill Kenwright leaves this football club, when Denise Barrett-Baxendale leaves this football club, when Farhad Mashiri leaves this football club, that's when I'll start the real celebration, because that's when the change will be made and that's when things will get better. Until then, things will not get better. We're just putting off the inevitable. And today, we were very, very lucky to be in a position. Not very lucky today because we deserved to win. We were brilliant all game, but we were very lucky to be in a position that was the case. One the lost donate to £5.50 says, how to secure Premier League safety in the worst possible way? A two-part series by Everton. Glad we survived with the Toffees is right. Yeah. yeah, as I said, that is the big overall message I think for today, is that we got away with one again. We've now got to seriously look at the future of this football club. But I appreciate that you have to enjoy, what is the moment, and football is all about moments, and life is all about moments, and you have to enjoy those moments. And ultimately, today was a moment. Whether it was a moment of happiness, of joy, of relief, of just sheer breath of thank fuck for that. Whatever you want to say, it was a moment, and we should enjoy that. And as I said, for me, when I'm sitting there tonight and I'm sitting there and I'm thankful, I'll be thankful for James Garner, who was fucking unbelievable today. Unbelievable. I'll be thankful for Abdoulaye Doucouré, who has been absolutely phenomenal since Sean Dyche has come into the football club. Worked hard, battled. Yes, he's not the most technical footballer. Yes, he's not the best footballer with his feet. Yes, he's not, as I said, absolutely world class. Could we get better in that position? Maybe we could. But you know what he is? He works hard, he battles, and he comes up big in big moments. His 2 goals against Brighton, his goal today, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dwight McNeil. You all know how I feel about Dwight McNeil. I love the kid. I think he's amazing. Jordan Pickford. Yerry Mina. I'm going to miss that fella. I'm really, really going to miss that fella. What a character. What a player. When Yerry Mina is fit, there isn't a better centre-half on the planet. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When Yerry Mina is fit, he is absolutely outstanding. Outstanding. But yeah, now it's time to do what we should have done last season and drive those people out of this football club. The goal, by the way, it's as good of a hit of a football as you will see in a long, long time, put it that way. As good of a hit of a football as you will see in a long, long time. It really, really is. Outstanding. Outstanding. But yeah, we now move on. We move forward. We've survived. We will be playing in the Premier League next season. Goodison Park will not see Championship football. But, the Everton now and the Everton that kicks off that Premier League season in August has to be a completely different outfit on the pitch and off the pitch. Simple as that. It is as simple as that. And let's hope it is that way. Because this time last year, it wasn't that way. Mike says up the effing obvious. He's right, Mike. You were right. You were right, Mike. If we could get out the relegation zone, we'd stay up, and you were absolutely right, my mate. Spot on. But yeah. Everton survive. Cam survives. Barely. Fucking hell. Barely. Jesus Christ. And you know what? The sleepless nights, the sicknesses, the worry, the anxiety. I don't blame people for going out, and I'm not saying people shouldn't celebrate. I hope everybody goes out, gets on the piss, and has an unbelievable night, because we deserve that. We deserve that as fans. We deserve that because of everything we've been put through this season. Again, for the second season on the bounce. But I just can't do it myself, just because, I just think, you know what? I'll as I said, I'll have all of that when I know that this isn't going to be the same next season. But yeah, there you go. We're going to leave it there. What a fucking afternoon. What an afternoon. If you have enjoyed this one, please hit the like button. It only takes a second. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. I'll do the player ratings tomorrow because I'm starving and I want to go and have my tea. But yeah, thank fuck this season is over. Thank fuck this season is over. This fucking football club, eh? This fucking football club. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Up the fucking toffees. And we'll see you later.